What's up guys, this is GeekFreako1 aka Vinny, and today I am back with another video. Now recently you guys saw me react to the Budokai Tenkaichi reveal. Finally, even after a decade and a half, we are finally getting a new game. But that's not what we're going to be talking about today. Today we're going to be discussing something a little bit more different than what we've previously discussed. Now, it ain't no big surprise that we actually talk about characters in certain games like Street Fighter or Tekken or whatever game that comes to mind. And Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi is a very interesting one because the roster for these games are really insane. And every character just screams badass because it's just how it is. But yeah, today we're going to be talking about which characters that would actually fit the Budokai roster. So yeah, let's get into it. Now, coming at number 5 is a character that we've all well known from the World Tournament of Power from the Dragon Ball Super arc, and that is Jiren from Dragon Ball Super. Now, Jiren has been only in a few games. He's only been in Xenoverse 2, Dokkan Battle, and apparently Dragon Ball FighterZ, and he was regardlessly to be in Season 2 as the first main character for DLC. But why would I put Jiren low on the list? Well, because some people have mixed feelings about his backstory. Some people call him a Sasuke wannabe. But to be honest, Jiren I think was probably one of the strongest opponents that Goku has ever faced in the entire series. Well, that and being Beerus. But enough of that. I think Jiren will possibly make it into the base roster for this game because, I mean, how many characters do you think they're going to be? Maybe like 50, 60 characters in total, and then there will be DLC later down the line. I don't really think Jiren will be DLC, but if he ever is, then that'll be probably on the developers' time. But Jiren I think would be a really cool character to play against because he's got a bunch of moves that could reference many things that he's done in Dragon Ball Super with his glance stare that blasts Goku away, or apparently a little ki blast charging spirit thing, whatever that was, that Goku deflected it or something at the end of the finale. And for Jiren's gameplay, I feel like he would play more for the counter defense type character, because in Dragon Ball FighterZ he had some counters and some parries mixed up with certain moves. And apparently he also has more aggressive moves that you can use against the opponent. I feel like he'd be a very, let's just say maybe rushdown type character, but with more aggressive though. I know Budokai games are going to get more aggressive the more you play, but Jiren would be an absolute nightmare to go up against, and that's why he's at number 5. Now, coming at number 4 is a very recent transformation from the new Dragon Ball movie. Yes, I know what you're thinking. It's Orange Piccolo. Now, it may look very stupid, but it's very rare to see some of the Z fighters even get transformations now and then. Krillin hasn't gotten one yet, but he may be at some point. I don't know. But if Piccolo can get one, so can Krillin. But why do I think this would be a good addition to the roster? I think, honestly, Orange Piccolo has some very unique moves that he could go up against. He could probably turn giant or something during mid-battle, or stretch his arm out and do a little smashing thing where he can destroy buildings left and right again while fighting the opponent. And there's just many things he could do. Maybe he could shoot a ki energy blast out of his mouth like Broly. But honestly, there's many things they could do with Orange Piccolo though, but those are the ones I could possibly think of. And Orange Piccolo would be more of the slow heavy type fighter though, because certain characters in Dragon Ball games, whether if they're very heavy or a little bit heavy, they can pack some mean punches though when it comes to their attacks and their energy blasts and all that jazz. But I honestly think Orange Piccolo would be really fun to play. They could do so many things with him all at once, but yeah, that's why he's at number 4. Now, coming at number 3 is possibly the most broken fighter, or the most overpowered fighter in all of Dragon Ball history, Black Frieza. Now, Black Frieza is honestly a straight up menace in the manga. Now, say what you will about the new transformation, it is basically a different color grading. It's basically the same thing as Gold Frieza, but a lot more stronger for some odd reason. But honestly, Black Frieza, I think would be the final boss maybe for one of the story mode arcs or something like that, where you have to fight him with all of your might, and while he's like trying to one-shot you and you're like trying to dodge everything. Like, I don't really see him being a playable character, or maybe more like a final boss, or maybe like a secret final boss mainly for the game, or for the story mode mainly. And he would be an absolute monster to fight up against, because Dragon Ball Budokai games difficulty can get really crazy at times, and I honestly think Black Frieza would be the toughest boss out of everybody in the entire game. So yeah, that's why he is at number 3. Now, coming at number 2 is a very special one though, the one that really actually gave me goosebumps the most in the entire movie theater, and that was Beast Gohan. Now, Beast Gohan I think would be really awesome to see in this game, maybe like as a transformation thing for Gohan when he's like powering up or something. But yeah, Beast Gohan would be an absolute monster in the game too, because he's got a bunch of moves that honestly would be really fun to use, and it would be really fun to utilize as well. And one of those moves is his special beam cannon. I could see that being like his climactic super mainly, where it does like a cool animation for the special attack. And he can do like certain punches and kicks like he did to Cell. Like, he punched the shit out of Cell, like really badly. And Piccolo was holding him up against him while Gohan was charging the special beam cannon. God damn, that scene was really good though. It gave me chills. But he would be a really fun character, and I really hope he makes it into the game with this transformation. So yeah, that is why Beast Gohan is at number 2. Now, coming at the last number 1. Now, this one is a very, very divisive one to talk about, but I don't really think he'll make it into the game, but my god, I really hope he does. And that is Lord Moro from Dragon Ball Super in the manga. Now, we haven't seen Lord Moro in the anime or anything else in pretty much anything in general with Dragon Ball. I think only in Dokkan Battle we saw some stuff from him. But Moro, I could also see being like a boss character too as well, but you can unlock him later down the line. But most of his supers, though, for people who aren't aware, Moro is a giant eating, absorbing planet monster. Like, he legit like sucks the planet dry and takes all of its energy just so he can get more stronger. And Goku had to challenge that thing. Yes, he apparently took the Earth or something away, or so, I forget what happened though. I'll have to go back and read it though. But there's just many things that they could really do with this character, and I honestly think that Moro would be a really fun character to play, and he would be broken as all hell during a boss battle. You would have to probably dodge like his space eating, like his planet eating abilities or something. Like, he would just be very scary to go up against, and I honestly think he would just really be an absolute menace in this game. Like, I know maybe they could do it in story mode too, so it's like there's a mixture of the two. You can make him an unlockable character, a boss fight, and mainly for the story mode. So maybe Budokai Tenkaichi 4 could focus on something we haven't seen in the anime yet for Dragon Ball Super. So yeah, that is why Moro is at number 1. Alright guys, I think that does it for this video though. Now, Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 4, literally the hype is real. Everybody is very excited for this game. I am too. As someone who's been watching and playing Dragon Ball games for a while now, it honestly really brings my... it kind of just makes me kind of shed a tear that we're actually going to be getting a new Budokai game at this point, because it took us like a decade and a half to even get a game like this. And there's just so many things that they could do with this game. There's just so many, like, all sorts of crazy shit though. The gameplay, the story mode, the extra modes, it's just, there's many things they could do. And even the DLC later down the line and the roster. Like, there's just infinite possibilities for this game at this point. And I really hope Bandai Namco makes this game really fun playing and worth playing too as well, because Atari actually made those games before Bandai Namco did, and now that Bandai has the Dragon Ball rights to make video games for them, I feel like it'd be about time for another game like this, because why not? Because it's one of the most popular Dragon Ball games in the entire world. So yeah, I guess that'll do it for about this video. That's about it. See ya.